All you really need to know about bar chords is they're based on E shapes and they're based on A shapes, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to take that E shape, E major in this case, and we're going to move it up and down the neck, okay? So wherever we land with our first finger on the E string, that's going to give us the letter name of our chord, right? In this case, G. You'll notice that when I play the E string is open. That's an E note. It's an E chord, right? As I move up to the G note, that's a G note. It's a G chord, right? We can do that up and down the neck. A, B, and so on. Same thing if you want to make it a minor, okay? E major, E minor. Move that shape up and down. Now you've got G minor, A minor, B flat minor, and so on, all over the neck. If we want to make that a dominant 7, right? That's your dominant 7 shape. To do it in a bar chord, you need to switch your fingers because you need your first finger available to make that bar. And what your first finger is doing essentially is taking the place of the nut, right? The nut cuts off the notes right here, right? And as we come up, so you're doing the same thing with your first finger. You're replacing the nut and just using this shape, right? So dominant 7 shape, okay? The same thing if you wanted to do a sus4, right? Sus4. If you want to do a sus2, it's a little bit different. You got to bring in the pinky like that, okay? The other way you're going to do it is you're going to do it off of your A string. A string, A note, A chord. Okay, as we move up the neck, now we're going to reference the A string. So this is a B flat note here, B flat major, C major, D major, okay? A minor shape, same thing, C minor, D minor, D flat minor, wherever you want to go with that, right? Dominant 7 in the second position. Okay, you're going to be on your second fret on your D string and your second fret on your B. The G string is open, right? We're going to take that shape and now we're going to move it up. Now we've got a B flat dominant 7. C7, D7, and all the way up and down the neck. Sus2, right? If we do our sus2 in A, and we're going to move it up and we're going to do a C sus2. Okay? So all those bar chords are really just based on the E shape and the A shape. If you know your E shapes, your major, your minor, your dominant 7, etc., and you know your A shapes, major, dominant 7, minor, minor 7, sus4, sus2, all you have to do is apply those shapes to the different frets, depending on whether you're in your first position, which references E chords, or your second position that references A-shaped chords, okay? And you've got it. You've got it mastered, okay? Good luck, and follow me on my YouTube channel.